Hey everybody, it's Molly. Welcome in. Today, going to attempt to tile a birdhouse. It's multimedia and polymer clay. So, Hobby Lobby has these birdhouses, and when their wood products are 50% off their wood pile, and you can find them online. I can't remember because I got this last year. I got this 2 years ago. But I think I paid like $3 for it when it was 50% off. It's probably $5 now. I'm not sure. I'll put the link in the comments for you. And it's unfinished wood. And what I did was I spray painted the whole thing black. And I'll go back with black paint and do some touch-ups at the end wherever it doesn't get covered and might need it. But this just gives me a good base. Now, if you do choose to spray paint this instead of by hand, you need to tip it upside down at some point so that you can get in to the, everywhere and underneath the roof. So I already got started on this, and I painted, wow, that light is really bright on here. I painted, and as you can tell, I varnished the top. So I took I'm getting all backwards. English, Molly, English. So that's where I got started. And then the color scheme is going to be this. Okay, it's a piece of scrapbook paper. And I already went ahead and made some tiles. You can use clay. I have 1-inch pieces of wood with square corners. So I just cut it up. I didn't do like a collage. I just cut them up, and then I resined them. So those maybe we'll use. They might be a little big. Maybe not. So we're probably going to need a lot of smaller tiles for this. The front is going to be a challenge. I took some paper and made a template for the sides so I knew how big they were going to be, and then I cut the paper to that size. So these will have to be glued on. And I'm going to do those before I do the tiles in case the tiles overhang. And then I made a template, as messy as it looks, for the back. And then on the front. But I'm not worried that my circles aren't 100% even, because I have already pulled, I have a stamp that fits this perfectly. It's just a little bit larger. Cutter. And these are the Kemper, Kemper cutters with the plunger in them. And then I have these two that I pulled to give a perfect circle. So, where to start? Where I want to start is getting the sides glued down, because like I said, the tiles may overhang a little bit, and I just don't want to have an issue there. I'm digging in my garbage. I had to get something. Alright, I had a brush that has seen better days, but I think we can use it one more time. You can put this down probably with Mod Podge. I'm going to go ahead and use Weld Bond. It's a white glue. It's a little thicker. And I'm just going to hope and pray and cross my fingers and toes that we don't get bubbles or wrinkles. So, and you really got to get up in You really got to get up in the top. It's not covering like I want up there yet. Got my head sideways so I can see. Yeah, this brush is done. Don't care if it gets on the back or the front. It's all going to be covered up. But you do want to make sure you get edge to edge. What's that guy's name from the Food Network from the kitchen? Crust to crust is a must when you're making a sandwich. Yeah, same concept. Jeff Morrow, that's his name. I haven't watched that in a while. I get sick of stuff after so long. The same stuff anyway. Alright. I've already decided I want the pink flower at the top. Come on. I know this fits. You were just in there. There we go. Got glue on my fingers. And we're not going to seal this right now, but we will before we're done. Alright, I'm going to go to the other side, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I have rolled out, well, I did both sides of the box, and then I rolled out clay that matches the colors that are on the side here. This pink is really bright, but it matches, but I think I'm going to try and just watch it with this one and to not overdo. And then in here, hiding is a light pink. And I want to start with the light pink. Now, I just don't know how many tiles we're going to need. Hold on, I got something on here. Oh, and I have rolled this out on a number 3 instead of a number 2. So I want to see if I get the same impression. And if I do, I mean, wow, that would be amazing. So I have this stamp, and I've used it before. It's one of my favorites. And I'm going to spray it with some water. And we're going to take pan pastels and mica powders to this. Okay. We'll get 4 on here. It's still wet, so... The reason I sprayed water on it is it's the best release agent. People use all sorts of stuff, and the cornstarch gets so messy. Just use some water. It's just water. It dries right up. Pat a paper towel on it. All right. I'm determining where I want to start. Let's start with pink. Now here's something. Okay, so these are the pan pastels I got off of Amazon. They are sold at a lot of different places. I prefer them over mica powder if I have the right color. But sometimes I want the mica powder for different reasons. Anyway, I just want to see how this is going to look. And I'm going to be using some bronze today that is a mica powder. No, copper, super copper. And these just twist off, and they come with like tools and stuff to work with in here. But they're a little big for what I want to do. So this is the first time I'm going to try using a brush. Oh boy. No. See, I'm trying to get in. I'll try a different color because we may have to. Jump ship on this. I just think it's too light because I'm putting it down with a brush and I can't get in there like mica powders can. Alright, so I just said I prefer these, but I have only used these a few times. Okay, I just put those away. Let me pull some mica powder. Well, here's a little experiment because I don't know if mica powder goes over pan pastels. It does. Yay! Look how much brighter that is. I am using Pearl X Red. Let me find the English. Red Russet. It's by Jaguar. Walmart has a pack of like, the pack that I have of like 72 on sale. Well, I don't know if it's on sale now. It's usually like $80 some, and it was $50. It was like $30 off. And I've had these for a long time. Maybe 7 to 8 years. Alright, I'm gonna well, I'll wait a minute so we can do the colors together, but because I gotta do the same thing on all of these. Okay. I always put my lids on even though I'm coming back to it because, guys, I mean, and this is green. Pearl X. You want to talk about a mess. So I try to be careful. Only takes a minute to cover it up. This is going to be pretty when we cut these up into tiles. I think it's going to be gorgeous. And it's totally going with so far. Oh, I need blue. I grabbed turquoise. Hold on. Do not want turquoise. This is Pearl X True Blue. This blue will match perfectly because it's a little has a little violet in it. I pulled the violet actually thinking I might need it, but we can always use it. Okay, one more. I'm not doing the centers because I'm going to probably do gold on those. I'm going to need... Well, that little guy just blended in with everybody. I'm sorry if you can hear my TV. It's pretty loud. I know I get loud, but it's early in the morning, like real early, so I am not going to be loud. But I'm going to be mad if I watch this back and all I hear is the news in the background. I just have this one more and I don't know what color because the 3 I used. I guess we'll just do the red russet again. Right? Who cares? Okay. Now when I do this moving forward, I'll go and paint all the same flowers now that I have my scheme going. Now, do I want gold in here or do I want to leave it the pink? Because it looks kind of pretty just like that. And I think I'm going to leave it. Alright, I will go paint the other ones and then I'll be right back and we'll cut them up and see what they look like. Okay? Okay, be right back. And everything is covered with mica powders. And I am going to leave the centers pink because you can't see the pink with all this color. And I needed some light pink. So with any leftovers we have, I'm going to mix it all together. Hope I still have a good, nice light pink, or I'm going to make more. Because this is going to be too overbearing. So I'm just going to go in and cut. I just love this stamp. It's so pretty. It is Judy and Kins 2905F. Don't know. Oh. Happy Flowers. I know I didn't pay that price for this. Or did I? Impulse. I don't know. Maybe Michael. I don't remember. It's too old. I'm sorry. I wished I did. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? It'll go okay. It's a little bright. And then I'm going to do some squares. And I'm okay if I'm not hitting the exact center. I want more quantity. I mean, I want quality, but I also want quantity. So I'm trying to... Some of these have to be cut in half. Because I am really wondering, guys, what this piece is gonna be like. I have... Could have probably gotten 2 strips out of that, but... Okay, I need to... I still have quite a bit. Clean this up. Here I go again. There's not going to be anything left by the time I get it even. Okay. Now, 4, and I have 2 sides. Cut 3 of these in half, but different. I'm going to cut at a different height, so when we need little fillers, we'll have it. All right, so this, I have to stop for today, but I'm going to pick this back up tomorrow. You guys will have no idea about that, unless I don't show up. But, okay, so I only had 1 down on my tray, and I wanted 3, and then I'll cut this one to get 3 little tiles out of it. Okay, it worked on a number 3 when I've always worked off of a number 2. I just have to adjust now but I didn't have any problem adjusting to it. I mean, the stamp worked fine. I'll have to see how the texture sheets do, but so far so good, which is awesome. Because man, oh man, I just ordered some clay yesterday. Whew. And you know, when I do this all the time, I kind of need a lot, which is why I try to go back to scraps when I can. And I have a lot of those. I have 2 I have 1 shoebox filled with mixed colors that I was probably working on marbling. And I have an English cucumber box from the grocery store just filled with other stuff. So maybe I'll think of some more ideas to use for that. I'm going to be doing a video on painting clay tiles because I know streaks are a problem. I don't know what else I have coming up, but anyway, I'm in the middle of this video and I'm going off like I'm done. So I will be back, and when I come back, what I want to do is the top part, because I have an idea to fan the like cut it and then fan out the colors at the top. And so I'm still thinking through that. Unless I get a better idea before I come back, that's what we're going to do. Okay? Alright, I will be... Okay, I am back, and the sides where I glued down with the weld bond, I wanted to let you know it came out fine. There's no bubbles and no wrinkles on both sides. I have a little hangover here. I guess I could sand it off. Yeah, let's do that. So, this is how it goes. And then, hold on, I gotta pitch this. So, I don't want to do any more, but it's even now, and the tiles will cover this up. So it's fine. It's totally fine. No need to repaint when it's going to get covered up. Alright, so, couple things. I worked ahead a little bit. I mean, because how many tiles can you watch me make in all my videos? But we had made some of these tiles, and I didn't feel like I had like enough variety, and they look a little dark because I when I did them upside down was kind of on the wrong side of the paper. I'm not saying I'm not going to use them. They're beautiful. But I have these clear cabochons. You can order them off of Amazon. I'll put the link to them. These are 1 inch. And what I did was I took the rest of the paper that I had And look how much brighter these are. Plus, I got a better piece of the paper. And what's nice when you use cabochons is that you can take your sheet. And by the way, this is the thickness of the paper. It is not very thick, if anybody was wondering. But you put glossy accents on the back side, and you only need a little. And then when you put it on, it spreads around so it covers edge to edge. And then all I did was then took my scissors, and you want to go a little bit of a down angle so you don't have any overlap. These are almost dry, but not 100%, so I gotta clean my scissors here. Now, let's see. Clean off the scissors. All right, so, but these are like, and I got more of the blue, which I wanted. But they are so much brighter. Sorry, you're getting a reflection from the light. I can't do anything about that. So I'm setting these aside to dry a little bit more, but I wanted to show you those. That's a treatment you can use in your mosaic tiles as well. All right. So I took some scrap clay and I made here's the top of the box, right? Well, let's start on this side. I made a triangle. Let's do this. I made a triangle to fit. And then I have these, I don't know what they're called, but they're like tile cutters. This is a 4-inch multi-cut. This is the first time I've used it. And look, it even comes with extra blades in the inside. Okay, so I took this and I went straight up the middle. And then, because I was trying to think how I could do this. And when I tried to cut it out of clay, the clay stretched and they never would have fit. And then I did this side, and then I did this side. So this is where I ended up. I'm not saying it's the best idea, but it's the one I settled on. I stepped away from this for a little while so I could think. Now, those all fit really good. I did go in and stamp the edges with black because there is a little bit of wiggle room in here, and I just want to make sure it blended. But we don't need to do that for the other side until we're totally done, because what I want to do next is I did some swatches to pull out the colors, and I want to paint each one a different color. So let me get these down here. Sorry, I hit the camera. My phone, that's what I record on. Okay. And this is the order I want to go in. And what I used were the following. These two color. This color, you can't see what I'm doing. This color is rich copper, metallic wax. This color is the Indian pink and rose gold. Hold on. And then, I did old denim for this blue. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. I was like, why do I have 5 tubes out? I had an extra one. Okay. So I want to go in this order. So what you want to do is lightly go over the top and have a baby wipe or wet paper towel handy. You're not losing your gold, you're just getting a hint of that color. Look how quick that went on, and look how little I needed. If you get too much on, take that wet paper towel or baby wipe. You're also going to need it because you want to remove the color from your finger. And wear gloves if you're not comfortable. Okay, the next is going to be the rich copper. Sorry, I've got a frog in my throat, and that I know that was upside down, and I'm so sorry. Same brand, colors rich copper. Okay. Trying just to stay on the top, but I got a little bit in there. I did need the other color. I know what it was. Blue Lagoon. You don't want to hunk on your finger when you lay it down, so just use your paper underneath or your mat. I realize these are going to be a little similar, but they are different. Okay. Last color. I did a mix, but okay, so I put down rose gold. And it was really hard to see. This looks better on a bigger sheet. So I think what I'm going to do, I also had put in some of this Indian pink, but I'm not going to. All right. This looks good. I hope when it all comes together it looks good. Oh, hey, there's one other thing. I just saw it. We did these tiles that I painted with mica powder. I'm not going to end up using them after all that. This red is way too bright. If they just didn't... I mean, it's so funny because you can look at them next to here and think they go together. I still have... I mean, I cut them all out and finished them and put them in my stash. So if I do end up thinking they'll work, I can always grab them. But I'm going to try to do this without them. Okay. Okay. So now, get rid of that. I'm going to go along the outsides again because we just covered up the black. You can see it's still here a little bit. You know, I just want, because there is a little bit of a gap. I mean, you'd really have to look for it to see it, but this will also separate the colors a little bit more on the inside. So they clearly come across as separate colors. I am going to need an ink pad. I hate when that happens. They sell re-inkers for these stays on. You know, maybe I should look into getting one of those. I don't know if you save anything. If you don't, I'm just not going to go through the hassle. I'm just going to order another one. The dogs. Okay. So, I may have to go in and seal these again. I already had sealed this because I thought I was going to just use all gold at the top. But it looked so forced and like, well, I didn't know what better to do, so I just shoved this up here. You know, like, I don't want that. Alright. Those look cool. I hope they go with the rest of what we're doing, but you know what? Whatever. So, let's see. I know it's upside down. Well, here. I moved my camera down so I could get you guys closer. So that'll be nice. And then we just have this square portion to tile. Okay. So I am going to glue these down. We're going to glue them down right now. I'm going to move my camera up. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting my weld bond. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, so I glued these down. And I glued them down with weld bond. Those of you that follow my videos know that. Those that are new, I just wanted to let you know what I use. I kind of skipped a part here. I'm going to set this aside for a minute. And, well, here, let me show you. I also did one for this side. Okay, this is the best I could do. And so whatever goes under here, I'm going to have to cut through. This is going to be very interesting, and I don't have a plan for it yet. This whole area. I have kind of our template that I did. But, I don't know. Okay, so what I wanted, did I just, here, this is the template. Okay, so it's, you know, I at least I have something to work from. This gold, I took, ready gold leaf. I took a scrap piece of clay. And then if you use the ready gold leaf by Craftsmart, this is sold at Michael's. They do have it on Amazon. You'll have to check the price. It's cheaper on Michael's, but then you have to pay shipping. But if you have Prime, you don't have to pay shipping on Amazon. It might be worth it. So, but this is ready. The important part here is ready. You can cut it. It doesn't stick to everything. It doesn't flake around. So that is what I use for my gold. I have other colors. I just reordered from when I ordered in 2020. And I want to see if they are the same way, and they're in a lot of colors, but I haven't opened them yet. I just got them, and that'll be a separate video. So, anyway, so the next step here is we're going to cut it. All right, guys, we got to keep our fingers crossed here because I did two, but this one is off center. Because guess what I did? I put them in the oven again and then forgot to punch the hole out. So I had to run up there after they were in there. Got the guts out of them. All right, so this is how this works. That easy. These are really cool. I've never used them before, and they're perfect for something like this. They were, I don't know, $20, $30. Okay, awesome. So I need to do what we already just did. I'm going to mix this side up. I don't care if it's different than the other side. I love this color. There's something about these off-colored blues that I'm so attracted to. And then I need another thing to clean my finger off with. Okay, dry my finger. And then, I'm sorry you have to watch me do this twice, but I mean, I try to get organized, but that's just me. I'll never be truly 100% organized ever. I don't think anybody's 100% of anything anyway. And then this is the rose gold, the lighter. Okay, this just goes so quick. And then the rich copper. I know they're all so similar, but you know, you can always go back and put paint on them. All right, let me put these away. Oh, jeez. Okay. I'm so scared using that cutter. I am one that cuts myself all the time in the kitchen. In fact, a couple months ago, I was using a mandolin and I cut the whole top of my finger off. It's fixed now, but that was a bad day. That was a really bad day. Oh, I don't need to put the weld bond away yet. Okay, so let's stamperoo. This is why I didn't care using scrap clay, because, oh, this one is done on the darker. I did some other ones on the blue, and you could still kind of see it on the sides, but when you stamp them, that's just going to hide all that. Be careful, these are so skinny. You don't want to get too far in. You know, I mean, you just want to add, oops, enough. Just enough. Okay. I hope this turns out nice. I used to do tons of birdhouses, but I never did them with clay. We're going through it together, folks. I mean, I have only painted and put down decoupage paper on the sides. I have a stand for it too when we're done. This is going to be like nice if it all comes together. And if not, you can always add something like that. I'm going to move my camera down. I might go out of focus for a minute. Okay. So, sorry, I should have had that down when I was doing everything. Alright, so now I'm going to glue these on. Using my weld bond. I gotta, you know, it's cheaper to get the big bottles, but then when they start getting down halfway, you get more paint on the wrong places. Now, weld bond dries clear. Do not freak out if it's on the sides or where any of the holes are going to pop out, because honestly, it'll be fine. Okay. Now my goal is to have the bottom be flat. So when I'm putting these on, I'm putting them in kind of loose right now, and then we'll work everybody up. Oh God, sorry. I had a camera again. I was so focused down here. Okay, so everything's straight across now, and that's what I wanted. Okay, again, don't freak out about the glue, okay, I promise. And nobody's going to really see out up at the top. So, we're going to cover all this with clay. Alright, so the next step is to figure out this part. Before we tile anything, I have to figure that out. So let me do that. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. This is my attempt at a template. I could go over it, but I wanted to. My goal was to get the basic shape of the outline, and I'm going to actually do that. So what I'm thinking is we're not going to do a band down the center, but we're going to do squares. And because I have the cutters that go over the wait, this is my plunger one, and it goes over perfectly. So I know that'll work, and then I am going to use the same size cutter that I did on the other one. Okay, you get the picture. My camera's too close, and I don't want to keep Sometimes when I move my camera up and down, it freezes my screen and goes all foggy, so we'll just not worry about that. So do I want to do a bar down the center? Okay, changing my mind again, go figure. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. And I'm gonna do the same method that we did before. So now this is the gold leaf process. Okay. Let's see if I can get enough out of this scrap. It's gonna be probably too small. Well, maybe, I don't know. It's already conditioned. Oh, maybe just short. Let me mix in this red I just have sitting here, not enough to do anything with. Okay, I'm really going to have to get used to how close this is. And you're going to be at a little bit of an angle. You know, sometimes, guys, when I'm filming, things look like I'm crooked, and it's because the camera's tilted a little. So I'm sorry, but it is what it is. Put this through one more time. Look how pretty that is. I've gotten some cool things out of scraps. Okay. We got it. So now I'm going to cover this with that real gold or ready gold leaf. Just gotta find a sheet. I've been using a lot of this. I gotta say, I didn't go through it as fast as I thought I was going to. I'm gonna do something a little different here because I want to save what I can. So I'm going to put this down here, and then find my big scissors. So this is the nice part about this stuff, guys. You can totally reuse. It's not going anywhere. So I just put it back in my pack. And that'll be plenty, like for doing tiles or something. Okay, and then I'm going to flip it back over. Make sure it's all in there good. Pick it up. Now, we have to put a texture on it. I'm going to use the same texture I used up top. I have it right here still. Yay! Okay. You know, there's two sides on everything. And I want to be sure I'm putting the right side on, so it's this side. Now, you are supposed to just use your fingers to do this, but when I'm using a plastic one, and there's some clay here on the outside that can hold it in, I hold it with my hand, and I go over it with my brayer. Today, I have not had a problem with this. When you're using the rubber texture stamps, don't do that. They'll shift. You'll have a big fat mess and you have wasted a whole bunch of gold. Okay. looking for a cutter. I'm not pressing the top, and I'm trying to get an impression of where the straight lines would be. Didn't get the bottom. Did I? I think I... Now what did I do? Ay, ay, ay. So, let me cut here. And then, it's not going to work. I just don't know if my paper is 100% square. Because, I mean, I cut it by hand. But, I mean, I used a ruler. I guess I have that going for me. So, just put these scraps in your scrap pile. I have two scrap piles. One that has gold leaf in it and one that doesn't. How about I just cut it on the dull end? Good Lord. I have an idea. This is not straight. This is not straight. Going to straighten it out. I didn't pick this up. Okay. I'm gonna cut okay. I'm so nervous. We are definitely going to be putting this on before we do anything else. I think we're going to have to cut the outside again because I might just go over the top. This is going to become, dang it. Guys, you can't see what I'm doing. I'm trying to see if something will work here. Oh boy. That clay really stuck to my birdhouse where I cooked those through. I don't know if this is going to work. We may have to go back to my first idea.
Earlier that day, Rachel obtained a shovel from her father's residence and put it in Sheila's trunk, brought the clean clothes, cleaning supplies, and reporting to Rachel that Sheila had provided the kitchen knives.
They called Skylar to say they were on their way over.
You know this thing's gonna stretch when I pick it up.
Sneaking out in that grainy surveillance video. The car is Sheila's. Inside are Skylar's two best friends.
Sally was in the car and they yard.
And they drove for nearly an hour, miles and miles, dark winding roads out to Clarksville.
That's the only problem.
Scene, they parked the car and they found an area where they could sit and talk. Skylar leaves to get back to the car and then Rachel and Bree.
Okay, sorry, my camera died and I didn't know where I was at, but I'm here. Okay, so I baked this, and while it's not 100% center, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on. And you know, for never have done this before, I think it looks pretty darn good. I gotta pick my camera up. This is just too much. I mean, I know it's not 100% even, and I have a little bit of a gap down here, but I'm not worried about that. That can be filled in easily with like stickles. And then I think I'm just going to do a montage of the colors that we did up top here, down here. So let's do that. I got them all right here still. So she says. All right. I did seal this because because I had done that with the other ones, I wanted to do it here. What color did I do this on? I just had an idea about something, but okay, so there's some rose gold. Okay. Some of that blue. Some copper. This is pretty. And I'll use a little bit of the Blue Lagoon. I don't want to start covering up what I already did though, so. Oh boy. It's okay. I always say that every time I mess up. It's okay. No one freak out. The only person that should be freaking out is me, right? There seems to be a little bit of a thingy here, but that's okay. Again, with it, that's okay. You know, these habits we have crack me up. Okay, so I've got my gold through there. It looks good. So, where are we? I'm gonna have to put this camera back up, guys. Seriously, it's just too much. Sorry if I gave you a seizure. All right, still more. So I lowered my camera stand this morning because I felt like I couldn't get enough close-ups when we were doing close tile work. But, of course, I decided to do that on the day when we're working on something that's up close to the camera. Go figure. So, I see that this is a little crooked. So, I'm going to grab these handy-dandy big clip cutters again. Wait, now that I flip it, well, here. It's just a little bit. You're going to be out of camera for a second because it's the only way I can really do this. This makes me nervous. Whoa. Gotta do it upside down so I can see. It's just a little tiny bit. Like really tiny. I think. There we go. That's much better. Let me clean these off because I don't want any of the stuff on there. So I'm going to go around it with the black again. Just so it matches with the top. This should just take a second. I need to trace this so I have a template if I ever decide to do another one. I got to do that before I glue it down, so that's what we're going to do. And I know the wax is still not hardened yet, but this works just fine. And by the way, you can't blow dry wax. You gotta heat it up and make it thinner. So there's no quick fix for that unless you put it in the oven, which I highly, highly recommend you never do. Way too many fumes with wax. You can put paint, glue, all that stuff in the oven, paper. You cannot ever, please, put metallic wax in there. I've done it before when I only had a little bit, but man, the time I tried to paint tiles with it, whew, bad, bad, bad. Cannot believe the smoke alarm didn't go off. Here we go. And then we'll get all of our light colors in here. So let's get this glued down. I'll tell you what, I'll glue it down, and then when we come back, we're going to start tiling. Well, no, I'll just do it right now. I'll just fast forward, I guess. Again, this is the weld bond that I'm using. Okay. All right. So, good thing I cut a lot of little tiles. I was very curious how this was going to go. So I moved ahead, guys. And I did a few tiles, and all I did was put texture sheets on them and then some mica powder. Except for these little blue ones, I left them plain in case I need them for an accent. So let's go. I'm going to move this over. Man. I'm going to need these little ones a lot. Trimming this one down a little bit. I don't have the green. I have gold. But I think the gold's going to have to be like little... I don't like that one. Little accents, fillers. So I did this beige color that's so cool. It's like a beige and a pink. So this is a little bit darker than the light pink. I have some of this color. This is going to be very strange. Because I'm a little perplexed at how small everything is here. Let's just keep going. It's not long enough. I have one here. Let me trim it. Excuse me. God, it is raining. It's allergy season. It's like, yippee. Yippee skippy. Maybe I should have done a green. Oops. I don't think I need to like redo paint on these, but I always can at the end. I can tell from looking at my screen this is going to be really hard for you guys to tell how it's going until... Bummer. Until I get closer to the end. Just totally cut that crooked. Yeah, it's really rainy here today. My husband put a canopy up over our... Darn it. Our pool filter, because we're converting from bromine to this new system they have that's oxygen. It's like hydrogen peroxide and oxygen based. And we bought it beginning of last year and we never installed it. So he's with his brother at the store right now getting a couple fittings for it. But I mean, it is downpouring. It is totally downpouring. So they have this little tent out there. Okay, that fit well. I don't have any room for chain over here, but I do over here, and I don't like that. I wonder if I should have used... Can you hear me just like filtering through? I think this color will be better, because then it balances to the other side. Oh my gosh. I need to file this. Hold on. It's not working. I got a stubborn hair. This lady's all no way too well. All right. I think that looks better. And then, I don't have any. Okay, I gotta think, because I'm really gonna have to trim some stuff down here. Okay. Maybe this one is the problem. There we go. I just needed a bigger piece to put down there and just trim off this end. I think this is adorable. All right, so here's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to go glue on the pieces here. And then when I come back, we'll do the back, and then we'll just do some fun touch-ups. Okay? I'll be right back. Okay, so I just recorded a whole section. No, I didn't record a whole section because I thought I was recording and I wasn't. So here we are. This is good enough, though. I can walk you through exactly what I did. So all of the pieces were glued down. And then wherever I had gaps, I used stickles. While I was going through, I was putting gold in, and I ran out of the gold. You can kind of see it in there. So then I grabbed my blue, and I used that in a few places. Guys, this is really cute, and I can't wait. Like, we'll probably put an embellishment up here. Maybe we'll add some rhinestones or cute, like, butterflies or dragonfly in here. I'm not sure yet. We're going to come back to this. We're going to do the back first. I like to do my decorating at the end, like you know. The only thing, I will have to paint over some of this because I got some clay stuck when I was working on the template for this. So this is dry enough where I can flip it over now. And we just have this area. It's going to be a little tricky because the things are hanging out on the other side, the little rods. But I'm hoping we have enough of a variation here. We have a much larger area to work with. I'm also going to pull in these two so that they tie. I should just put those in right now so that they tie in. I definitely want to make sure I have a couple of these in here. And maybe I won't end up using the wood ones I did. Unless I have a really good one. I think I might save them for another product. Well, this one's pretty good. Yeah. Okay. I can't tell which way is up and down, but that's probably fine. So I'm just going to start building. And see what we get. Oh man, that is, oh, maybe. It's hanging over a little. See if I have a thinner one. I do, but it's really thin. This one's going to be too thin. Nope, this one's perfect. It's just a little bent. When we glue it, I'll squeeze these suckers all together and it should be fine. Let's just see. Let's just see where this goes. I'm used to working with another color. And the reason I'm not just placing these all like one up against each other is it would be easier to do is, I mean, I really want to see some variation in the, I mean, it is a mosaic. I didn't see where I'm supposed to cut. Nope, just a little bit more. These don't take long to tile, do they? Because they're, it's such a small area that we're covering. Okay. Another pink one. I need another big pink one. Put some blue in between here. I'll put pink down here. And we'll just fill those gaps in with stickles, because everybody thinks you need, you know, all this fancy stuff and you don't. And I know I use it, but I am telling you it's because I have it. I have it already. So that's why you see when I'm using my rhinestone stuff all the time. Although I will tell you, the rhinestones are a good investment, and they're one I will always make. So if I run out, I will get more. Because for $15 or $20, I'm getting, last time I got 10 yards. I made a dumb decision and bought one that only had 4 yards on it for $15. I'm like, I lost 6 yards for $4. That was another lesson. Have a lot of those. So, I'm wondering if I can just trim this one down. So I like this bronze in here. It's probably too small now. Oh well. We'll fill it in. Yeah, I really like the bronze as an accent color. I need this over here. So let me cut this one. That fits good there. This is going to be a really different kind of birdhouse, but it's going to be fun. Let's see. This is why when we were cutting them, I was doing all those different sizes. That one fits perfect, but I don't want that color there. We're going to do another blue. What else? I feel like I'm being so quiet today. It is just, the weather is like, it's cold. It's only like 55 degrees. Which for this time of year in Cleveland is too cold for me. And it is just pouring. It has just been pouring all day. Oh well. Watering our lawns and our flower beds. We don't, in Ohio, have our gardens up yet. But very soon, Memorial Day is a safe spot to get our gardens in. I don't know if I'm going to do one or not. Alright, I feel like I have this really small space. Here, let me see if this fits. It does. And then I think the rest can be done with the blue or pink stickles. So now this one's ready to be glued down. Do you guys like it? Alright, so what I'll do, man, I was cutting a lot of tiles. I got a lot here. I'm going to glue these down, and then when I come back, we'll start decorating. Okay, everything's glued down on the front and the back. The back looks so cute. And I filled in, it's hard to see, I filled in the areas with the blue stickles like I did on the other side. They're called Waterfall. So I want to decorate a little bit. And I have this flower I found. And I think it'll be just perfect. It's a large and it's a little shiny, but it really brings out this, you know, springy summertime birdhouse vibe. So I'm going to put this on. My glue gun's heating up right now. And then, so excited about this. Oh wait, let's put this on and then I'll show you. Let me see if this is about ready. Yeah, okay. Wanted a little cockeyed. That looks pretty. And then I thought we would, I know the other thing I want to show you I'm excited about. So hold on, because when we get to the roof, oh, it's going to be the best mistake cover-up ever, I think. Can't believe what I found. All right. Before we do that, no, I'll do the rhinestones last because I don't want them to fall off when I'm moving stuff around. Okay. So I have this imperfection in here. I hit the paint after I painted my squares, but I found I found a bumblebee in my stash. I have to use him, you guys. I have to. I mean, nothing else on the roof. Just him. Just him buzzing around. Now there's a brooch on here, and I might have to put some clay in it, so I might have to come back. Let me see if I can get this off. So when you have a brooch on the back, I mean a pin, because this is a brooch, you need to just take it off with a pair of pliers. This end is still on. See, it comes right off. There you go. Okay. I do not have enough, darn it, to glue him down. So we'll work on the other stuff, but in the meantime, I'm going to take some scrap clay. Just a little bit. And I'm going to put this here. And then I'm going to pop this in the oven for about, not long, 20 minutes maybe. Now this will give me, I want to make sure I have enough on here because some of these arms are still sticking up. As long as nothing is showing anywhere else, just make sure you flatten it. Yeah, I don't see any hanging out anywhere. So let me go pop this in the oven for 20 minutes. I don't want to go away from this clip yet. I was wondering if it would be overkill to put, that's definitely overkill. I can't make a decision. God, what else is new? I don't know if I have another one just like, I do. And I also have pink. Why I keep moving you guys out of the way. There's Mo. I like the pink. It's less subtle. Uh-oh, I put these back in the wrong compartment. So I'm going to do the same thing on both sides. Billy, get away from him. Sorry, I had to yell at my dog. Is this real life over here? Oh boy. Maybe I will go away so he stops doing that. Let me just get this glued down. Mojo, you're interrupting my feed. You're so rude. Ugh, Mo. Okay. I'll get the snots off. all these are going to be dry. I'm going to go pop the bee in my oven for like 20 minutes. And then we'll pick up from there because I do want to add some rhinestones to some of these. And I want to figure out what to do here. Okay? I'll be right back. Okay, guys, we're done. I have the flower, as you saw, on the top. Some black paint on it. And then I added the bee, which is so cool. And then I also, here's the bee. And then on the side, I added just 3. Well, you saw this bling I put on. I added 2 other little rhinestones in the center of the buds over here on both sides. I touched up the black paint. The only thing in hindsight I would have done different, and I will if we do this again on a birdhouse, is I wouldn't have used pink up here. I would have used black and white. But hindsight's 20/20, and I learned a lesson, save the roof for the last. But it still looks really cool. I don't hate it at all. I love it. I've never done one of these before. So it's pretty much done. Oh, and I put an embellishment on the back. Now, I decided I don't want rhinestones on these tiles. I don't want any kind of decorations on them. It looks like quilt work, and I love that, and I want to leave it alone. Okay, now, there's one other thing I'm going to do that I will put a picture at the end, because I can't do it on camera, is I have a candlestick. This is old. It's probably from Hobby Lobby or Michael's, or Hobby Lobby or Michael's most likely. So what I do is I put it on one of my, this is the other reason when you've seen me doing my decoupage on the wood, it's because I have these tiles for other reasons. So, I glue it onto here. This is going to be a base. Okay, let me see if I can even try to show you how this is going to look. Okay, kind of. So this goes on here. I put the base on the bottom so it's sturdier. I glue it on with the E6000. I don't think I got it, and I ordered it. I'm going to go check on that. So, but I put it on with the E6000. It's centered as best I can. It's not centered right now. I know that, and I am holding both ends for dear life here, guys. So, yeah, that's going to be a really cool piece when it's all put together. But I can't do that with you on here because I just don't, I can't. So, that's where we are. I appreciate you guys watching and going through the trials and tribulations on this one as well. Just another reminder, up under my description is a link to my Facebook page. I would love to have you there. I'm really trying to get some more people on there so I can build a little bit of a community there as well, start doing some lives, and be able to talk to people more one-on-one than what YouTube allows. If you want that. You may not want that. So, yeah, I think we're good. I just had another idea, but I'm going to leave it. If I add it, you'll see it in the final photos. All right, guys, I'll be back with more soon. Bye.